stop waiting. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for confidence. Waiting for the right time. Waiting to feel ready. That waiting is the problem. You already know what to do. You already know what needs to be done, and you already know you're not doing it. Instead, you're waiting. Waiting until tomorrow. Waiting until conditions improve. Waiting until it feels easier. It won't, because the truth is simple and uncomfortable. Progress hurts. Discipline hurts. Growth hurts. Responsibility hurts. And most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid that feeling. They call it patience. They call it planning. They call it being realistic. It's none of those things. It's avoidance. You don't lack information. You don't lack opportunity. You lack willingness to suffer voluntarily. That's the difference. Strong people don't wait until they feel ready. They act and become ready through action. Weak people wait for clarity. Clarity comes after movement, not before. Every day you wait, you reinforce the habit of hesitation. Every day you delay, you teach your mind that discomfort wins. That's how people stay stuck. And that ends now. Because if you want a different life, a stronger body, a sharper mind, real confidence, there is only one path. Stop waiting. Start hurting. No, guys, let's call it what it is. Waiting is quitting, just slower. It feels responsible. It sounds intelligent. But the result is the same. Nothing changes. People don't usually quit loudly. They quit quietly. They quit by postponing. They quit by thinking about it. They quit by staying comfortable. Waiting protects you from failure, but it also protects you from success. You never fail if you never fully commit. You never lose if you never fully try. That's the trap. And it's comfortable until years pass, until regret shows up, until you realize you traded potential for comfort. Discipline doesn't wait. Discipline moves, even when unsure, even when uncomfortable, especially when uncomfortable. If you're waiting for confidence, understand this confidence is built after doing hard things, not before. You want confidence, start now. No excuses. Heart, IST, price fight, nothing valuable comes without cost. Strength costs pain. Skill costs repetition. Freedom costs discipline. The problem isn't that it hurts. The problem is that you expected it not to. You see the results. You don't see the suffering behind them. Every strong person you admire paid the price. They didn't complain about it. They didn't dramatize it. They accepted it. Pain is not punishment. Pain is payment. And you're either willing to pay or you're not. When your muscles burn, you're paying. When your lungs are on fire, you're paying. When your mind wants to quit, you're paying. That payment buys strength. It buys resilience. It buys self-respect. Avoid the pain and you avoid the reward. Stop negotiating with discomfort. Lean into it. This is where progress lives. Des-I-P-L-I-D-I-O-E-S-N care habo feelings are unreliable. One good day you're motivated. One bad night of sleep you're done. That's not control. That's weakness. Discipline removes emotion from the equation. Discipline says, this gets done. Period. Not because you're inspired. Not because you're excited. Because it's required. Strong people don't feel motivated every day. They feel tired. They feel stressed. They feel resistance. And they execute anyway. That's why they win. If you only work when it feels good, you'll never be consistent. If you only act when it's comfortable, you'll never be strong. Discipline hurts because it demands action when your emotions disagree. Good. That's the point. Start now. No excuses. OWNT pay and stop blaming circumstances. Stop blaming timing. Stop blaming other people. If your body is weak, own it. If your discipline is inconsistent, own it. If your life feels out of control, own it. Ownership hurts. Because now the responsibility is yours. But ownership also gives power. When it's your fault, it's your fix. Weak people explain. Strong people adjust. They don't waste time complaining about how hard it is. They accept the load and carry it. That's leadership over yourself. And leadership is heavy. Carry it anyway. The momento stop. This is the moment that matters, not the warm-up, not the easy reps. The moment you want to stop, when your body says, enough. When your mind offers excuses that sound reasonable. That moment decides everything. Quit there and you train quitting. Push through and you train resilience. You don't need to go forever. You need one more rep, one more step, one more decision done correctly. That's how standards are built. This is where it hurts. Stay. Voluntary. There are two kinds of pain. The pain you choose and the pain that gets forced on you later. Most people avoid the first and get crushed by the second. That's the irony. Voluntary suffering builds strength. Involuntary suffering builds regret. When you choose to train when it's hard, wake up when it's dark, push when you're tired, you're inoculating yourself against chaos. You're preparing. Life does not ask permission before it gets hard. It does not wait until you feel ready. So you don't wait either. You suffer on your terms. That's discipline. That's control. That's power. People think suffering makes you weak. Wrong. Avoiding suffering makes you weak. Steel is forged in fire, not comfort. And every time you choose discomfort, you reinforce a simple truth. I can handle more than I thought. That belief changes everything. You are mendile tier say your mind is designed to conserve energy. It will tell you to stop. It will tell you this is unnecessary. It will tell you you've done enough. That voice is not wisdom. It's protection. And protection unchecked becomes limitation. Mental toughness is learning when not to listen. Not recklessly, not stupidly, but deliberately. When you're uncomfortable, not injured, that's the moment to lean in. Every time you override that voice, you gain authority over yourself. Every time you obey it, it gains authority over you. That's the real battle. Not against weights, not against time, against your own resistance. Win that, and everything else gets easier. No, I's common G. Here's the truth most people avoid. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to give you discipline. No one is coming to fix your habits. No one is coming to force you to be better. And that's not bad news. That's freedom. Because it means the responsibility and the power is yours. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for the right time. You move imperfectly, uncomfortably, relentlessly. That's adulthood. That's leadership. That's strength. Waiting ends when ownership begins. Standards, OVR, FELNGS, feelings are temporary. Standards are permanent. If your effort depends on your mood, your results will always be unstable. Strong people live by standards. A standard says, this is what I do, regardless of how I feel, regardless of how tired I am, regardless of how hard it is. Standards remove negotiation. No inner debate, no emotional bargaining, just action. This is why disciplined people look calm under pressure. They already decided who they are. And when things get hard, they don't panic. They execute. Decide your standard. Then enforce it, especially when it hurts. Dominance is not aggression. It's consistency. Doing the work when others don't. Showing up when others disappear. Holding the line when others fold day after day. Rep after rep. That's how separation happens. Not overnight, not dramatically, quietly. While others wait, you work. While others hesitate, you endure. While others quit, you stay. And over time, the gap becomes permanent. Stop mile IDNG. Star TERTING. This is the final truth. Waiting feels safe. Hurting builds strength. Waiting keeps you comfortable. Hurting makes you capable. You don't get stronger by thinking about it. You don't get disciplined by planning more. You get stronger by doing hard things on purpose every day. When it burns, stay. When it's heavy, lift. When your mind says stop, do one more. Stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. That moment does not exist. What exists is now, and now requires effort. Start now. No excuses. Carry the pain. Stop waiting. Start hurting and become someone life cannot break.